Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee. Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club, and he's back.
Dusko Poppington.
Dame Dash is back in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, my
Dame?
brother? You back in New York?
Yeah, I'm back warrantless.
Warrantless. How does that feel?
I mean, you know, I hadn't been in the city, so it didn't really feel bad where I was at. But, you know, it feels good. I get to see my son again and all that. And I got reasons to be here. So, you know, I'm in court. That doofball, Chris Brown, the lawyer, you know, he has like 3 frivolous cases against me, and I'm on trial for one of them, but like a copyright infringement, bubblegum shit. And he's a goofball in court. So I'm doing that. So after this, I got to go right to court. I'm on the stand today.
I have no idea who Chris Brown is. I just know that you go so hard at him on Instagram.
I mean,
You was killing him this week about his clothes.
yeah, I mean, like I said, he has literally 3 cases against me that are all frivolous, and, you know, he's just lying. They all trying to rob me, and, you know, then he's trying to, like, compromise my name, try to do the Me Too thing, but what's scary is, like, you know, people are actually lying now, you know what I mean? Like, straight, I'm like a target all of a sudden, so I'd be scared of everybody because they don't tell the truth. That's why it's a good thing I always have cameras on.
What do you
know?
think the reason for that is? Why they talking in
I'm the bank, bro.
Dame Dash?
I'm the bank. It's scary right now. You know, a lot of things that I've been speaking about have come to fruition.
Mhm.
So, you know, the last time I was here, I was telling you what it's going to look like now, and it does. So, you
Like
know,
what part?
You know, the part about me having a television network, the streaming, being your own boss, being independent. You guys look healthy. All of those things. I think, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to front. I came here, you know, we all look healthy, so I think we've all evolved since these conversations. And, you know, because of that, a lot of people that were saying I was crazy are now looking crazy. And, you know, they always have to overcompensate and have some kind of cover-up, and that's what happens. So you try to make a good guy look bad. You know, everything I've been saying has been consistent, and y'all remember, I was nuts 10, 15 years ago, and now I'm right on par, you know, and everything I've invested in has come to fruition. So I feel like I've been ahead of the game. So, you know, I haven't seen y'all in a while, but I got a lot to tell y'all. I've done a lot, and I've seen y'all done a lot.
Has it always been like that for you? Like, has it always, you've always been a
I always see the
target?
future.
Yeah.
Well, when you're always helping people and no one helps you, yeah. Like if you the bank and if someone comes to your bank and they don't have nothing and you got everything, they only have something to gain. So what happens is they might come to the bank, and if they can't get nothing out the bank, then they start pretending that I did something I didn't so that they can. You understand what I'm saying? And everyone that's been coming at me has literally been coming at me. I don't run into them. They'll just come around, you know, and then keep coming around, and all of a sudden it's a lawsuit. It's like, yo, you came around me. But, you know, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm in court during the day. You know, I'm a chairman of the board during the day. You know, I handle my business. The television network is popping. You know, I got the Comcast deal. I'm waiting for that paperwork. I'm going to see Charter in Connecticut. And, you know, all that's happening. The streaming services know what it needs to do. And now I can get back to what I really love. So during the night, I'm a rock star. So I decided to do a rock album. And, you know, I've been working with my man Tash for like, you know, 10, 15 years. We've been around the world. He is the best guitar player in the world. He's in a group, or was in a group called the London Souls. And we've been around the world. I went to like top of the Great Wall to smoke weed with him. You know, he was just playing with Slash from Guns N' Roses last week. Then he came back to my gallery and we just made 4 records. So I'm just having fun doing what I want during the night. But I love making music, actually. That's what I've been loving lately.
He got the guitarist look. Brothers that wear that hat can play the fuck out the guitar.
Nah,
I'm telling you.
literally, I put him up against anybody. You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, you know, I'm not going to, you know, he's that good, though. Like, you know, he's good. He's I would say check it out. Like, just, if you see it live, because I'm into the live instrumentation. You know, I did that project with the Black Keys. I put them on. You know, people don't really know. I did a lot of things, a lot of different kinds of music. And when I did that, my little stint in rock and roll, I really got into that live instrumentation. And he was just the best at the guitar. We did his album, his first album, Roc-A-Fella and I, we did it for free. Just to do the artwork like 10 years ago. And then he was in a cab accident. And he was almost like, he was literally dead. Like, I seen his brain. And, you know, his tongue was out. It was like, for real, it was almost like I was like, damn, it was like losing Biggie, because I thought he was going to die. And I went to the hospital. We synced him. And they were like, yo, if he wipes his ass in 3 years, he'll be lucky.
Wow.
And in a month, he came walking in the gallery I had on an LES with the bandage on his head. Like, I, like, broke down and cried. And then I seen, like, you know, I don't know if you know who Taj Mahal is, but he's a legendary blues singer. And I brought him to his first show, and he was like, man, that dude right there, he got to be, he's crazy. He's the illest, you know, and so I think, you know, I always have good taste in things, and I just think I did things in rap and other kinds of music, but now it's time to do something in rock and roll. And I'm the front man. I'm singing and all that.
Now, people that don't know about your platform, explain how your platform works, because you own it, people subscribe, and it's not just music. You have content. Explain a little bit about the platform.
It's like Netflix, but the thing is I don't outsource, so I own all the cameras. So I have original programming, so they're scripted. Rocky has a cooking show. We got, we have our own Anthony Bourdain where we run around the world. Like I said, we done went to Thailand, went to China, we taped all that. Honor Up. I got a new television show that I just directed and starred in called, and Rocky's in it as well, called Dress to Kill. So it's we have the music, we have the movies, we have everything. But basically what I'm doing is we have a point of view, we're capturing culture. And it's about us taking care of ourselves, everything I've been talking about. It's about therapy. We got therapy shows. We're doing politics. Like, I've been working with Senator Eddie Milton in Indiana, and we're actually passing a law. He's passing a law right now for diabetes. It's because of something that happened in my gallery where you don't have to get a prescription for it, and you can cap your insurance at $50. So, I'm now using my platform to have real power, to make change. And I think it's important as a culture that we have to understand the distractions, right? When we go to school, they say, they got teams for sports. And they say you could either be a rapper, a DJ, or you could play sports. And everybody invests in that. And that's like lotto. Not everybody gets that slot. But if you don't get that slot, what else you got? What else do you have to get out of that 99%? So why they don't teach us how to be politicians? Why they don't teach us how to pass laws? Why we don't give the people the platforms? Like, I talk a lot to Congressman Andre Carson, and every day he's fighting, but no one knows who he is. He's black, he's in Congress, and our subject in hip-hop, because that's the power. We have to understand, like, we're the 99%. The 1% needs the 99% to do everything. So if the 99% just stuck together, the 1% can't do nothing. We got power. So we need to start leveraging our power the right way instead of talking about bubblegum shit. Let's figure out how to pass laws, how to lobby, why they don't train us to be politicians when we kids. Why there's no teams for that?
Because we don't make it look cool. Like all that other shit looks cool.
There's not in school. Like, you got to think about it. This pisses me off about the curriculum in school. I've been to school. They didn't teach me nothing besides math and how to read that I need to do to apply to apply to my life today. They didn't teach me how to pay taxes. They didn't teach me how to grow food. They teaching me about pi and algebra, and I don't need that. I'm not a scientist. And whoever wants to be could do that, but they should be teaching us how to code. They're teaching us another person's history. So any law that was made when people had slaves should be changed. It's logical, right?
Absolutely.
So most of the laws was made about 150 years, between 150 years ago. All those people made laws to control people, not physically, but mentally. And the patterns that we're born into reflect that. We're born into thinking we got to get up at a certain time, be happy to be given a job. We're trained to sit down for 8 hours a day when the sun is out from when we're kids. But again, I've been doing a lot with Billy Carson, and I've been reading ancient history, the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Emerald Tablets, and all the hieroglyphics. I don't see no mention of people going to school.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I took my daughter. My daughter's going to college next year, and like, we would go on college to college, and she wants to get into real estate, and there's no curriculum that teaches kids how to invest in real estate.
I see you've been doing that. Your man was in my gallery.
Yeah, Flair, Caesar, yeah. So, and I agree with you with the curriculum, but with your platform, are you purchasing shows as well, or is it just particularly your content?
Not right now. Right now, that's the problem. When you outsource, that's where the scam comes in. When you're paying people to do stuff, that's when they make up jobs and stuff like that. So me, because I'm putting up the bread, I know every potato chip that gets eaten. Every second, there's no time wasted, and I get a lot more bang for my buck. That's why people be trying to rob me. You know what I mean? Because they might work with me and see that I can shoot 10 pages a day. I'm nice at directing. People underplay that, but I'm really good at directing. So I can do things that most can't, and I cut out the middleman completely. So I can get a lot more for my money. So I could get 10 episodes for 70 racks. I'm that nice, and I can show you. You know what I mean? So you could order it. It's on your phone. It's just like Netflix, and you can put it right next to Netflix. And again, we have over the air in Charlotte, channel like 42.1, and I was just doing that to showcase the fact that I can do 24 hours of television programming. So not only is it a streaming service, there's DTV, which is 24 hours. So if online, you could go to DTV.com. That's what it is, right? DTV.com? Yeah, DTV24hours.com if you want to see it. But we're about to be distributed. Like I said, I'm meet with all the distributors. It's a good time to be black, have a point of view, and have content, and be wanting to evolve.
The last time you was up here,
hold on, what made you want to get into be in the front of the music game? Like, why you want to be an artist now?
I'm not. I am an artist. I don't want to be an artist. My art is business, but I could do everything. So I direct. You know, why you want to be a director? Why you want to be a fashion titan? Why you want to sell motor oil? I just feel like doing things, and I do it because I could. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be an artist for money. I'm doing it for love. That's the only way to do it, really. I do the television network for money. Like I said, I'm the chairman of the board during the day. I'm a rock star at night, like Batman.
Is it therapeutic for you in a way?
Hell yeah. It's the best shit in the world. Like, you know, Rocky and I were having, we were pregnant. We lost a baby the day.
Oh, damn, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, 7.5 months. We wore that well. Nobody even knew it. Yeah, it was fucked up. And that day, I made a record called Warrior. You know, that day, you know, I was able to feel my pain, see my pain, hear my pain, and I could capture it. You know what I mean? And it's a method. We just get on the stage and jam out. I always did that. I just never put it out. I've been making records my whole life. I just don't be putting them out. Like, who talks shit better than me on a track? So that's really all it is, just aggressively. But there's a message to it. It's positive. It's motivational. But at the end of the day, definitely, like, the record is line them up. So the record I gave you was line them up, right? So that's what I do. I look at my problems. I brace my face. If I get hit, I get hit, but I'm hitting back. I want the problems. I want the smoke because I know that's the only way to evolve. You can't get better without struggle. You can't be great without being uncomfortable. So I push myself to that, and that comes with struggle. It comes with fight. And when you fighting for love, then everybody that fights for hate comes at you. So I'm all right with it because love is stronger than everything. So line those problems up so I can shut them shits the fuck down. And the other one is like kind of smoother as window shopping. And, you know, I got a girl. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't cheat on my girl. Where's Angela? She not here today?
She not like for
because
Grammys.
I did the a show with Stephanie Santiago.
Lip service?
Lip service, yeah.
LA. And when girls be stepping to me, I be like, yo, if you, I'm not cheating on my girl, but if you could convince her, you know, we'll do it together. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, some girls respect it. You know what I mean? And if I get lucky that night, I get lucky.
Right.
I don't get lucky that often with it. You know, Rocky gotta like her. So, you know, so girls will keep coming around. I'd be like, yo, we just window shopping. You know what I mean? So, you know, someone came around and I was like, we'll just make a record about it. So that's this record with this girl, KO. And also, I wanted to, I'm in town. I lost someone that I really loved. Her name was Cheryl Dose Reese. Mr. Dose Reese has been training me in boxing since I was for 15, 20 years. And I signed his daughters, Asia and Ashley, when they were like 15. They like 35. And, you know, that was someone that fought for love and for her family every day. She had like 6 heart surgeries. And, you know, what actually ended up happening is she had a blood transfusion, and one of the blood transfusion gave her cancer.
Damn.
Yeah. So she got the 6 heart surgeries, beat it. A bishop, you know, all types, strong from Brooklyn. You know, I was in Flatbush the other day. I went to go see Mr. Dose Reese. And it's just a family I love. It broke my heart. I mean, I cried over that one.
Do you allow yourself time to grieve when stuff like that happens, when you lose a child and then when your people die? The
thing is, that happens to everybody, right? You know, life is about death, right? You're born to die. Mm-hmm. It's the day you're born, and it's the day you die. Everyone that's born knows they're going to die. It's just a matter of when. So we all go through tragedies. It's just a matter of your life. So some people really hate their life. So when they go through tragedies, they're in a dark room because if there's no life to go back to that's great. They're depressed. God has given me a great life to where I'm having so much fun that I can't be mad at the tragedies that everyone goes through. I just have to be happy at the fact that when they do happen, you know, when we lost the baby, we went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. A lot of people can't do that. And Rocky was able to help other people. So we went and did therapy. You look on my Instagram, we did therapy publicly. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of women that go through that, and that's another reason why I have such an appreciation for women, because making life is not easy. You know, we've been struggling for a while. We doing IVF. You know, I got a lot of children, but you know, this the right one is the one that I'm having the most difficulty with. But it's a very common thing, and women lose children a lot. Like every woman I know is like that happened to me at this point in time. My mother, this, that. So sometimes, you know, you don't have to look away from the tragedies to be ashamed of them. You embrace them. And the only reason why things happen to me and happen to me publicly is so other people could become stronger from it. If you get pain and don't learn from it, then it's in vain. The only purpose of pain is to define you. So another thing is, I go through a lot of stuff so people can know how to act when you go through it. So, you know, when Aaliyah died, I was obliterated, but I was still outside every day. When we just lost a baby, I was still out. They didn't even know. No one knew. I'm just talking about it a month later because we didn't want nobody to feel sorry for us. Right. You know what I mean? It's like we gonna have a baby. We doing it. We back on the like we started. We're gonna do the transfer in April. Right?
IVF transfer, yeah.
Yeah, in April. We already started back on the thing. She back in shape. We good. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let's get strong. and show people how to deal with the pain. You don't go to a dark place. You just learn from it, and you make sure some other people have comfort from your pain, or else it's in waste. So I'm cool with that. You know what I mean?
You think you would feel that way without therapy? Because I go to therapy too. I go to therapy once a week. Would you feel that way without therapy?
I don't know. I mean, I've always looked at therapy as, because, I always have a lot of different kinds of people around me, and I'm a different kind of person. So I be thinking the people around me going to need therapy just to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm having a lot of people, because again, I'm a chairman, I have a lot of people I have to, I have a lot of things in my brain that I need people to do. And I do everything different. So I always think it's important to have some kind of a consultant. So in a business, if your business isn't doing well, you get a consultant to help you in your business. You have to approach your body and your brain like a business. If it isn't doing well, you have to have someone outside objectively tell you how to get it where it needs to go, or at least teach you how to express yourself. See, the reason why I'm not an unhappy person, despite what people think, is because I don't internalize everything. Therapy is about getting dark before you get light. Now, you fuck with me, I get dark very quick. People know that. And then I'll laugh as soon as I walk out the room because I haven't held anything in. So I got Healing is Gangster with Taj, and I openly do therapy publicly, and they do therapy. He has his whole show. He did, Badass. He just died with the dog pound.
Oh yeah.
We got Badass last interview therapy. You know what I mean? That happened. You know what I mean? We passing laws in the gallery. Like, this is real power. This isn't just pop shit power. This is when they talk about the Godfather. He got the politicians and all of that thing. But we're not doing it for crime. Like, our new bullets is knowledge bullets. That's what we say. It's a different kind of war. I had to give the Russians a little bit of props. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they terrorized us without killing nobody. It's a different kind of a war. But nobody died. They blasted a nuclear dumb bomb in our country and are laughing at us. And I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, they planted a nuclear weapon in the White House.
Yeah, but it was a brain one. No one had to die.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That was intelligent. That's an intelligent kind of warfare. So when people that are your nemesis do good things, you got to be like, that was a good one. Good one. Y'all got us on that one. They got us on that one. They won't. I hope they don't get us again. But again, that's why in that moment I thought it was important for me to start really understanding. Like, I went to the Black Caucus. I started to spend time to really understand how to pass laws, because that's all that matters. I've been working with Do It All. He did the rock show with me. He's in Newark. He ran for city council. We're doing the show on the 21st at his spot, La Rouge. And I already did one out there. It was dope. And he's doing a lot out there. He ran for city council. They're making the city better. Like, I love to see people in hip hop evolve and do things that help us. It's really, I don't think people understand that the real trick in life is, because everyone's about self-preservation. They think it's about survival. And we're born into the 99% having to struggle for the day, having to always be scared and worry about yourself. But really the test is how much you can love other people. That's the reason why I'm always all right, because I'm always giving love. So that's the test, is loving others before you love yourself. That's what a boss does. That's what a father does. And that's what people have to understand. If you only worried about you, if you only buying a 2-seater, if you got a 1-bedroom apartment, you got 3 kids, then you're not living right. You feel what I'm saying? You're living for you. It's not about you. It's always about we and the people that you love. And so you struggle so others don't. You're supposed to be sacrificed so your people you love don't have to. That's what it says in the Bible. You know what I mean? And that's just the way I've always approached life.
Now, last time you were here, we had a big conversation about ownership and being a boss. And I seen recently you posted a bunch of clips about that. What are your thoughts about that now? Do you still feel the same way? What you say? The reason I say that is because a lot of people were upset the way that you said it, and some people agree with you. So I was, what are your thoughts on it now? If they have changed,
there was just one thing people were upset about. It was just the fact
people misunderstood. First of all, I was just fucking with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but what you said was honest. It was true. But
what I'm saying is sometimes it doesn't matter. That's a test, right? If you can listen to somebody despite the way they say it, it doesn't matter about my tone. It matters what I say. It matters what I do. So if someone isn't evolved enough to look past their ego, because it's the ego that makes people offended. So what I wasn't saying don't have a job. I was saying don't have a job and not invest in something else. That's all I was saying. I think it's silly to only care about somebody else's equity and not your own.
Yeah, not to invest in yourself.
Right. And like I said, as a result, I saw the whole world change behind that. At least within our culture, I saw an awareness. And sometimes, all the time, to make a change, you have to be disruptive. So I'm disruptive on purpose. If I say it in a way that everyone else is saying it, no one's going to hear me. So that's the reason why I speak the way I do, because no one's listening when I talk regular. And the average person doesn't listen, this is true, unless you tell them something 9 times. If somebody could catch something too, I'm impressed. So, I got to say some things, so I make a statement fast, quick. I'm out of there. You heard me. And y'all played the interview like every day for like a month. So I was happy, you know what I mean? Because the message went out there. Obviously, it was checking. You know what I mean? So if it evolved things, I felt like the content and the subject matter here evolved from that day on. Y'all wasn't, like I said, I'm here. We ain't arguing about, I can't come here and say y'all ain't doing nothing. I'm coming out, so I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Y'all evolved. Y'all doing more things. So I feel like, I had a part in that. And I'm happy, and whether it bugged you or not, as long as there was action. I don't care how you feel. I care what you do.
Now, I told you that when I saw you at the BET show. I'm like, yo, you was right.
Yeah, you did.
Not like you was wrong. Like, we should. Everybody should be investing in themselves. If you're going to be spending all your time helping somebody else live their dreams, make sure you fueling and funding your own.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, you also talk about evolving. You talk about, what about forgiveness for Dame Dash? Does Dame Dash necessarily forgive?
Always forgive.
I know there's a lot of people that you didn't really felt that were culture vultures in our culture. And did you ever speak to those people like Lior, like Steve Stout?
I spoke to Steve Stout.
How did that conversation go?
He said, all those times you were yelling at me about Jay? Jay was setting up those meetings. He just threw Jay under the bus, quick.
Damn.
I saw him at Kanye's spot. He was like, yo, you was yelling at me, but he was doing all this shit. And I was like, all right. I knew it. And then I was telling him, like, but I ain't gonna get to that. But yeah,
But can you trust that, though?
I don't care.
Because when he runs,
I don't even care.
Jay, he probably say something else.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even care. As long as that's what he said. I don't give a, as long as I don't really care. Like, honestly, I'm not mad at anybody because they haven't messed my life up. I just, like, if somebody does something that I don't like, where I think it's foul, or it's against my principles and my morals, I just don't mess with them. Poof, you don't exist to me anymore. You in the rear view. And that's all it is. And unless you change, then, again, I forgive everyone. I just don't forget. I just don't trust. I just don't want to be around. I just don't want to smell your breath. Period.
I saw you on Mike Tyson podcast say everybody has a scumbag level. What's Dame Dash's scumbag level?
I haven't found it yet.
Wow.
I'm having too much fun to be a scumbag. So scumbagging comes with insecurity. That means you think you can't get it. It ain't nothing that I don't think I can get. That's why I try to get everything. So I don't think there's a reason to jump out the window.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to compromise my soul. As long as I can look in the mirror and take a shower and be alone and be happy with myself, that's all that counts. As long as my girl and my kids are proud of me, that's all that counts. As long as I protect the people that I love, that's all that counts. Period. But I'm not going to be taking people swinging on me too much longer. So if you notice, I started throwing lawsuits on people. See, I had my head down. I've been working. I've been minding my own business. And every time I do get a platform, I try to help people. And everyone I try to help tries to rob. So it's like, yo, I guess I'm going to have to smack a couple people around legally. So you're going to notice it. You're going to see it. And you're going to see a lot of people say shit about me. I expect that. So every day I'd be like, who's going to lie about me today? Who's going to say something from years ago that no camera was on and just make some shit up just for a check that didn't go to the police and none of that shit? Who's going to do it? Who wants to smoke? I'm going to make an example out of it. So, like when you come on somebody's block and you want to take it over, sometimes it's war before there's peace. So I'm down for the war, legally. But don't cheat. Give me a fair one. I'll fight anybody fair. But it seems like people been doing a lot of cheating and I'm sick of this shit. So sometimes I got to throw that muscle around. It's part of evolution is knowing when to fight and when not to. You feel me?
What about when they use women? I see Chris Brown.
I think that's foul. I think the foulest thing about that is because there are women that are being abused.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm, you know me, I'm all about investing in women. I would never violate. I do shoot my shot, but no is no. So morally, he shouldn't have did that, or he might not have been tried to like say certain things. But I would never do anything that's against the law, and I would never violate.
I don't think people know. One time you pressed Harvey Weinstein for harassing a woman on set or something like that, right? Or am I getting the story wrong?
Stuff like that. It was things like that. A couple different reasons I pressed him. I used to press him a lot. Yeah. But we were in the same circle. You know what I mean? We owned a club together called Socialista, but I never seen him put up his bread. And he used to be doing slick shit in the bathroom. I'd be like, what are you doing, man?
Who, Harvey?
Yeah.
Like, you mean slick stuff in the bathroom?
Not the bathroom, in the kitchen. I'd be like, I can't even eat in the kitchen. But I don't want to get into that.
What do you mean? But you did press him.
I used to press him.
I don't know. I think Cam or somebody told that story. You pressed him because he was harassing a woman or something. You was like not here on this set or something like that.
Well, that was another situation. Somebody got smacked on the paid in full set, but it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, I don't know if it was you. Somebody smacked Harvey for doing that.
I didn't. Nobody. It wasn't like that, but somebody got smacked. But
all I'm saying is it's wild to accuse somebody of sexual assault that stood up to an actual predator.
I mean, I guess so. But either way, it's like, why now? I never had these issues. All of a sudden, the question is, why does Chris Brown himself have so many different lawsuits against me in 1 year, and all of them are frivolous.
And he's not talking about Chris Brown, the artist. I know
Chris Brown, the lawyer.
Like, no, Chris
if you
Brown
ever
is an
see
attorney.
somebody with a bad suit and he look like Mr. Bookman, or just like his clothes, that's what's the most offensive. Is he's terrible, no style, no taste. You don't look like you eat right. I'm like, God damn, I gotta look at this. I gotta hear his voice. I'm about to be on the stand right now. This is the last day of a bum trial of some stupidity. He mumbling and fumbling. It's just a waste of time, and it's for short bread. See, the thing is about court, because anybody can file a lawsuit. Anybody, you can file a lawsuit from an email. Right. You know what I'm saying? Electronically. But you got to go through the whole motion. But I still got to get online. The energy is low when you're around low energy people. So, even there was people that had been with me that went to the trial was like, man, this is too whack. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's just whack. So when whack people do whack business, you're around whack energy. It's whack juice. Whack is contagious. Get whack away from me.
Now, we seen recently that you were suing the people from Growing Up Hip Hop. And that was because you felt like they were encouraging your son to drink.
Now that was, well, yeah. And what it was I had asked them not, because they knew my son had a problem with his triggers. So I said, don't have certain individuals in scenes with my son because they are triggers. And the next scene, they got him in there, and he hasn't been the same since. And I just feel like these people aren't from our culture. Mm-hmm. So I look at Growing Up Hip Hop as Tara, what's her name? Tara Reid? No, not Tara Reid. Tara what? Tara Long and Mark, and these are all people that aren't from my culture making money off people that people's dysfunction of our culture. Mm-hmm. So it'd be easier if it was somebody black doing it, but I just don't appreciate them separating families, making money from it, and then not supporting them because they was holding some bread of mine because of the warrants and the child support, but they actually covered me paying the child support. They covered it. It's a storyline. And then I'm like, all right, I gave them $1.2 million. I'm out. And they saying, we can't give you your money because you didn't pay child. I'm like, yo, come on, man. I'm suing you. I'm sick of this. So I just did it. It was like a week of just like, it was over short bread, too. It was just the morals and the principles. Again, I'm just sick of it. I don't feel like going to court. Men don't like going to court. They don't like being around the police. They don't want to. It's a last resort. But I'm sick of this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm minding my business. I'm doing the right thing. People are coming into my world, messing with me, making shit up, trying to steal from me. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And with a straight face. So
how do you stop that?
I got to get the lawyers. Again, lawyers cost. So in this moment, the last 10 years, every single dollar I have has been going into buying equipment, getting a building. Like, I got a 6,000 square foot facility that I'm waiting for you to come do an interview, and y'all owe me an interview, remember?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we got, and with all I got to pay salaries. Like, there's never a month that I don't have $100,000 of overhead. If I could get to 30 or 20 or have no overhead, meaning investing without making money back, then I would have a good day. Not having overhead is like making money for me. You know what I'm saying? When I'm breaking even, it's like being rich. Because you got to flip and keep reinvesting and stuff. I also made a record with the senator, too, Eddie Milton. It's kind of dope. It's called Hustling's in My DNA.
Have you ever said fuck it and just said, I'm just going to settle? I'm going to settle with one of these lawsuits just because it's a waste of time?
If they were a waste of time, I would settle. But they're not. People are accusing me of trying to steal from me. Yeah, we could settle on being truthful, and it's not trying to rob me. So, Brian White is an actor, right? He understands art and all of it that comes with it. This dude is trying to pretend he directed my movie. You understand? From Stomp the Yard, High Yellow Nigga, Brian White, that one. I can't believe that someone could, as an artist, can go and make and do interviews and say, yo, I directed this movie knowing he didn't. And you could ask Columbus Short. You know what I mean? So people are just being flagrant. What I'm supposed to do? I'm not doing that. I'll take one, but I'm hitting you harder. I'm at least swing.
All right.
If it don't land, it don't land, but I got to swing. So it's part of the game. See, a lot of people don't understand what it is to be me. I create businesses over and over again from scratch. I put up my own bread. I don't invest. I don't let other people invest. I do my own thing. So number one, in public, I can say what I want. Nobody can fire me. Mm-hmm. But number two, they don't understand the struggle because it's not a struggle, but the fearlessness that comes with not putting money up or putting it in the street. So if I do need it, I'll just wring the concrete, get some good juice out of it. I always got a juicy concrete to squeeze. Somebody always owes me money that I'm going to pull up on at some point. That's why I don't even have to chase. I just pull up when the timing's right. But people should pay. It's the thing is, everyone I give money to, they don't want to pay.
Lee Daniels paid you back.
You know what happened, bro. I can't even speak on it too much.
But you finally got it.
No, he didn't pay me back. I mean, the way the situation is, he got on a payment plan to pay me back.
Oh, got you.
That's what we'll speak on. All I wanted to do was have it would be acknowledged. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, if he could have that was what was funny was once they thought he gave me $2 million, everybody was jumping on $2 million. I'm like, man, come on, man. If I had, it wasn't even like that. And I didn't even make him pay no interest. But again, I'm not really supposed to be speaking on it. You know what I mean? I just wanted it settled. And I ain't got no problems with him. I just wanted my bread. Rachel put $6 million in that company. They don't want to pay. I direct a movie. They don't want to pay. Everybody always tries to steal because I do so much more for the money than most. They be like, God, I didn't think you could do that. And then they want to run off with it. They get greedy. They jump out the window when the scumbagness comes out. It comes out their neck like a lizard. You know what I'm saying? The scumbag can't even hide it. You know what I mean? And some people's scumbag level is just too low. Too low.
What would this more mature, evolved, healed Dame Dash tell the Dame Dash that was running around the Big Pimpin' video or the Hey Poppy video?
I would say don't disrespect women, but do everything else. Don't disrespect women. I don't like to do things I don't want my kids to do. So anything that I've done as a child, like that I would not want my kid to do, I make sure that they know I was wrong. So I always tell my daughters, don't ever let nobody do that to you. My son, don't ever let me catch you doing that. I was young and I was just insecure about certain things, and I needed to get the video right because we weren't selling any records, and that was our last resort. Or else then I was gonna start rapping. If that record didn't crack,
what
I was
record?
gonna start rapping.
Big Pimpin'? Yeah. Really?
Because it went flat. It was like everybody was trying to get on TRL, and we had after Hard Knock Life, things weren't as good.
That was 5 million records sold.
I said after.
Oh, after. Okay, got you.
So it wasn't as good. So I think a record came out. I forgot, but it was like strategically, I was like, I'm gonna just go and drink 2 bottles of Belvedere at 9, and I'm gonna make sure this video pops. But it was at the expense of I'm not proud of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard for men to have that conversation, but I think we need to. Like, we need to talk about how culture shifted. Culture was different back then.
Oh God.
Like, it just was.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm scared to shoot my shot. I think I get a lawsuit for trying to kiss a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want that. You get a lawsuit. Like, I didn't know. You gave me a sick. I'm scared of that. Like, I have to really think back at everything that someone could even lie about right now because people are uber sensitive. And what happens is people take advantage of that. So I'm glad it's this sensitive right now because there's a lot of people that are being regulated that should. But I hate when people take advantage of that. And you can see the quality of person that does it. Just look at their past. Look at their history. Look at them. Like, people that have bad taste in everything. Just look at the way they dress. Look at that lawyer. I know he eats Popeye's chicken.
Now,
I know he eats Popeyes. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness gracious.
I go like, sometimes I go in certain rooms, I be like, yo, do y'all realize your breath stinks? Like, no one even cares.
Oh, my God.
What's going on in this industry right now? Like, y'all, no mints, no peppermints, or nothing. It's just, you going to talk to me that close with your mouth smelling like that? All right. I don't get it.
Now, do you get tired of, because I've seen you do a couple of interviews, and a lot of interviews ask you the same question. They ask you about R. Kelly. They ask you about Aaliyah. They ask you about Jay. Do you get tired of talking about that?
Yes.
Does it get to a point just like, I'm not talking about it no more. It's no more in the interview. That was the past.
It depends who's asking. If someone doesn't know me too well or if they're trying to get cute, I don't like when someone tries to ask me and bait me into a question and then act like I'm the one that's talking about it all day. The thing I don't like is the questions that I'm asked, no one asks the people that they're asking about. And that's what bothers me. Everyone knows I'm going to answer every question honestly, so they just say fuck it to the extent that they get disrespectful. But I'd be like, but why I don't ask them? Let them tell their side of the story. But why won't they tell their side of the story? Because it might not be a good story to tell. But I think y'all should start pressing. As of yet, y'all only heard my side. So go press for the other side. Fight for the others. Aren't y'all curious to know? Y'all done heard my story. Y'all should be bored of it. I don't know why no one's trying to ask the other side. What is the story? What really happened? Why y'all not talking about it?
We had Fab up here, and he talked about DJ Clue, and he said that Clue had a strange relationship with Roc-A-Fella.
Yeah, it was a love-hate. What happened was Steve Stout tried to get cute, right? This is one of the, that's the scumbag shit he used to do. I was trying to sign the firm, and he went and snaked me with that one. I was trying to sign everybody, and I was just like, we should just stick together. That's what I was trying to do. That record with I think AZ is on it. It was supposed to be. I tried to sign everybody. So it was my idea to make a mixtape into an album. So I was doing it, and this, I told Steve Stout about it. He went behind my back and was actually doing the deal.
Wow.
Like I had to run up in that office, and him and Clue were at the table signing. I'm like, nah, you already know better than that. And sat down, and that was the first time I had really met Steve Stout. Well, no. That was the first time I had that was the first time I really got in front of him like that, right? So they had, I guess, D-Rock had showed me a picture of him with a wig on and lipstick.
What? What are you talking about?
while he was while he was asleep. This is how I met Steve Stout. That's how they used to be telling me, because Biggie's crew was kind of funny. See, ask Season about it. I don't care. You can ask him. And I guess he fell asleep, and they had put lipstick on him and a wig, so they took a picture. And I was like, nah, he ain't robbing me. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't get up and swing at y'all nothing. And I remember because there was some people who was in the room and shit, and everybody was kind of like mad, but we started laughing because it was funny. Like, this is the dude? But yeah, because got confused because I didn't tell him. I forgot that happened. But yeah, that happened. So it was always sort of like, and Clue, why you would do that? And then, Clue is funny. He likes to snap, and I can snap better. You know what I mean? And Roc-A-Fella is tough love. And that's what it was, and I'm tough love. I'm very honest. So, I used to just tease him. He used to tease, we used to cut ass like we do, but I'm just always a little funnier. I don't know. It was a weird relationship. But I never understood why he never made another album. I hate to see someone go platinum, and then nothing. It makes no sense.
I thought he did 2 professionals, 3.
I said platinum.
Yeah.
If he did 3, he should be on 10 right now.
Yeah.
To me, if you planted a seed 10 years ago, Paul, it should be a big tree by now. So if you consistently do something and don't stop by now, he would have been, I feel like the Khalid dude took his spot.
Khaled.
No disrespect. Khaled.
Do you miss those Roc-A-Fella days and the snapping and big face Garys and all that you did? Do you miss any of that?
I don't like being around dudes too much. I like being around women. And I was, I had fun. And yeah, those days were great. But I just remember I was consumed with stupid bubblegum shit, arguing and fighting over nothing. What I don't like.
He was younger though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But right now as an evolved man, I don't think anybody in 49 wants to hang out all day with their homeboys all day. I mean, if you do, then that's a problem. I want to be with my girl all day.
Right.
Period. Like I hate not being with my girl. Actually, I'm always with my girl. So I just think once you become a real man and you know how to take care, because you have to be a slave for a woman. You can only be a king if you're a slave for a queen. To me, that's the test. If you just make sure your woman got to be able to have children and do whatever she wants, when she wants, dress how she wants and all that. She shouldn't have to work. No man should be able to tell her what to do, not her boss. Y'all should be partners. And if you can't do that, if you don't know how to take care of a woman and a family, then you're not really a man. We meant to take care of our family. So a lot of cats, sometimes they're going to be with their homies because they feel the support, but you got to be the support. There's no insecurity when you can take care of people that you love. And fight for them and know that they don't have to have the same struggles as you. It's important. So I just think people should take pride in that. And I don't want to be around, because my thing is, if I see a lot of people around and they're not doing the right thing, it's my responsibility to teach them. So if I'm sitting in a room full of dudes trying to teach them, and everyone that gets taught, they like to watch me teach, but no one wants to be directly taught. They get embarrassed, their ego makes them do emotional stuff, and then at some point, we get to their hands. Mm-hmm. And they don't want that neither. So I'm telling you, it's like it makes no sense trying to help dudes because their ego and their testosterone, they won't let you coach them. Definitely not in front of people. And if you do help them or give them anything, they resent you. They want everything you got. So they want your girl, your car, and they want to know where you live. And it's crazy because when I walk away from certain situations, people like move in my office. They want to mess with things I had. I mean, live where I live. It cracks me up. I'm like, damn, you really wanted to be me this whole time.
Right.
The person I'm helping, they just always want to be you.
But that's the problem with our community and our culture. Like, I was watching the interview the other day, and somebody was like, yo, do you and Envy got beef? And I'm like, the fact that two men can have a conversation and have an argument or a disagreement makes people really feel like it's beef.
Well, they want it to be that.
Right. And the fact that we can't have because us having a argument or a disagreement on air about something that we passionately believe in does nothing but help people.
It's a debate. White people call it a debate.
Bro, people argue. Me and my homeboys, the best out, we argue every single time. Mm-hmm. But we never fight. But everybody argues when you go to a barbershop, you do that.
Correct.
So again,
it could be a healthy debate.
What we're trained to do is celebrate us hurting each other as a distraction to what everyone else is doing to us. So that's the reason why I'm not having. If you notice, my beefs don't be with people of my culture so much. I'm not calling out rappers. I'm calling out Leo Cohen's, and other people from the other. I'm not gonna fight y'all. That's what they want us to do. We're programmed to think that we're supposed to get accolades for killing each other, for murdering someone. Someone will give you a pound, but you ain't doing nothing to the nerves that's really making it where your mother's not really feeling good. So, someone could disrespect your mom as a boss because she has to have one and say some slick shit, and you're going to come and say thank you, or you're going to talk to them any old kind of way, change your voice. But when somebody says something slick to you on the block, you want to shoot them. Someone that's your color, someone that you should be like, yo, let's work together. I'm seeing a couple of beefs get squashed in hip-hop, and I like that.
You and Jim back good? You and Jim back cool?
You do what you're doing.
No, there's a reason, because y'all were brothers. And
we're always going to be brothers, but I don't see him. He's in a different circle, period. And whatever he's doing, he's doing. You know what I mean? But I'm just on a different vibration. I'm just, if you notice, I don't be out in the same circles as certain people. Not to say him, just you don't see me out, but I be out. I'm just not in the circles that everyone sees me in because I aspire to do different things. So when everybody was saying I was broke, I was in the Great Wall of China getting high with Tash.
Right.
Or we on the beach in Thailand just jamming out. I'm not even worried about everybody. Like, everybody that's worried about me ain't doing nothing. They worried about me from this river while I'm on the ocean. On the other side of the planet. Y'all smelling the stink river and it's hot over here. Or it's cold, and y'all talking about me. I'm on a beach in Hawaii, just chilling, smoking weed, living my best life. I'm having so much fun, and I've been having so much fun, and y'all's been seeing me having so much fun, and y'all never see me not having fun. No matter what, I'm having fun, and that's all that counts. My kids my kids are having fun. My girl has fun. Through the tragedies, we still laugh those days more than we cry.
And your dog has evolved into a service animal.
Yeah, because people was fucking with me.
You gotta have the vest on so you can get through the airport stuff because people fuck with him.
In the court, no.
Well, Dame got to go to court now.
That's right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us, Dame.
Thank you. Y'all gonna play the record?
Yes.
I bet.
They got you.
Tash, you ain't say one word. You got all quiet.
Thanks for having me, man. I just appreciate it.
And then Nicolette over there, because everyone that works with me has to have a dream. So she also has records. We came back from Hawaii. She did 6 records in a week. So we put out her project, and Rocky got her television show on the network, Health is Wealth, and she's been doing America New. So you go to Dame Dash Studios, you can get it on your phone, on iTunes. Anyways, you could get Netflix, you could get Dame Dash Studios.
All right.
And I'm Dusko Poppington, and thank you guys for having me again. I'm glad. I was hoping that in 5 years when I saw y'all again, y'all wasn't going to be all out of shape and not doing stuff.
Nah.
And y'all was going to be salty and bitter. But y'all look crispy and fresh, and I'm proud of y'all, and I like that stuff y'all been doing. And, again, we did have a disagreement, but it made us friends. And every time I call Charlamagne, he answers. And, and I appreciate that. So you solid, Paul.
My brother.
That's
Love.
what it is. All right, it's Dame Dash. It's
Holla.
The Breakfast Club. Good morning.